What's the best way to influence people?
Empathy. I mean, influence them by get in the river with them, float alongside them. You have to show empathy. You have to accept them. So I do it like this. I use very positive words and very open body language. So if I were to use your technique, which I think is brilliant, go, hey, Raj, what's in our plan for this evening? Yeah. And you would go, well, we're going to do X and Y and Z. I would do open body language and I'd go, fantastic, great. I like that. Love that. Good. Okay. So I use really affirmative, clear language. I don't hide it in my head somewhere. I don't think, oh yeah, okay, that'll be good. Yeah. No, I may be thinking, that'll get us into trouble. We shouldn't do that. Okay. But I'm not going to argue with Raj at the moment because Raj has a certain power. Yeah. And arguing with him will not persuade him. Yeah. In fact, he'll probably go harder down that route. Yeah. So I'm going to influence him first of all, which means I'm going to accept. Doesn't mean I agree. Yeah. I could even go, Raj, I see why you want to do that. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Would you be open to another idea? You're most likely to say, yeah. And I go, okay, well, what about this? And what about this? And what do you see as the biggest benefit of that? So now I'm doing persuasion, but I must start with influence, which means I accept. I do accepting body language, open palm gestures. Yeah. Open palm gestures. And I do really accepting language. Yes, good, all right, lovely.
Do you know, it's making sense to me because it just validates one of my best sales techniques. And now it's making sense. Now I have a why it works kind of reason. So
right.
I say this to my team a lot. The best way to sell to anyone is to just tell them a problem in a better way.
Yeah.
So whatever your problem is, if I am here to sell you something, I don't have to go and tell you a solution. I have to come and describe your pain point way better than you are even thinking about. So whatever your problem is, if I can describe it in a much better way, I'll have your trust. And once I have your trust, I'll be able to then provide you solutions and you're more likely to say yes if you get a sense that I understand your problem.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense because then I'm in the river.
Yes.
And that's why I'm able to persuade you.
Yeah. So let me even build on that because this will be really helpful for anybody who's selling out there. What you said there is perfect. Okay. You must describe their problem better than them.
Yeah.
Because probably their issue, why haven't they been buying? Okay. They have a problem. There's solutions out there in the world. Why haven't they been buying? Well, they haven't been able to really describe the problem in a way that really helps them describe a solution.
Yes.
Yes. And so if you help describe the problem, the solution becomes way more clear and visible to them. Now, here's where often people go wrong body language-wise in selling. They do the body language of a salesperson rather than the body language of a buyer. Okay. So
explain.
Yeah. So think about that classic salesperson in your head. Okay. The classic salesperson. Okay. And describe to me what their behavior is like, what their body language is like. The classic salesperson.
That they're coming, excellent communicator, they're on your face.
They're on your face, yeah,
they just
yeah.
cut.
Yeah. So it's
a little bit aggressive and arrogant about the product, and they just know the Mr. Know-it-all.
Yeah. So, and you did it there brilliantly. Yes. So if I'm doing this selling behavior, let me mirror that selling behavior to you, and here's what I'm doing. Because often the people who are like that, they're not great salespeople. Okay, so they're not describing the problem; they're describing the solution.
Yeah.
And I'm hammering you with the solution right now. Literally hammering you with the solution. Yeah. Okay? Horrible.
Yeah,
horrible,
I hate it.
Horrible. And if they even manage to sell, the person is back the next day with the product or service and going, I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
I just bought it because I was pressured. Okay? Now tell me this. What's the body language of a buyer? Body language of a buyer who is really enjoying the process of buying, really enjoying, like, this is I'm going to end up with a solution here. This is going to feel good. What's the body language of the buyer?
Relaxed.
Yeah.
Calm.
Yeah,
as
calm.
if it's just,
Yeah.
I'm the one with power and money, so I'm going to be...
Right. Right. And just imagine as well, they don't yet have a solution because they're still a buyer. They're not sold.
Yeah.
They haven't solved their problem. So they are relaxed, but are they relaxed and like sitting back and like, this is of no concern? Or are they relaxed and forward? And are they investigating? Are they engaged? Are they sharp? Are they, you know?
They're investigating. They're a little confused. They're trying to figure out something.
I like that. A little confused. Okay. So look, here's what I could do. Let me do that relaxed, but a little bit forward, a little bit confused kind of behavior with you right now. And imagine me trying to describe the problem and going, Raj, so the problem we have here, is it a little bit like this? You know, you feeling like it's like this, and then, you know, you get into this territory and it's like, it's a little bit painful there. Okay, so now you've got that kind of salesperson, or you've got this one here who's got the solution and is hammering you with it. Okay, what I would suggest is a combination of what you're saying there and what I'm saying, which is, can you go into that sales situation and describe their problem even better than they do? I mean, take their description. So I might say, so what's it like? Tell me about it. And I might investigate it with you. Go, okay, interesting. Tell me more about that. Okay. And then I might go, okay, well, what if we described it like this? Is it a little bit of this as well? A little bit of that? So I'm being gentle. I'm being softer. Certainly not that hammering salesperson.
Yeah.
And then I'm going, so do you want to follow me and just have a look at what might work about this? So I'm saying, do you want to follow me? Do you want to? And you most likely will, because it's influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's influence. I got in the river with you, and actually I described the river better for you. So look, you know, if people take nothing more than that away today, if you're in sales, that is going to heighten your sales numbers massively.
True. I didn't even think that we're going to talk about sales. We just made like the best way to sell a section here. But tell me, what's different between influence and manipulation?
Ah,
A lot of people might use this to manipulate people, and that's wrong. That's not something that I want to teach.
okay. So here's what I'm going to do first of all. You've probably realized now that I really enjoy where words come from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We established now.
Yeah.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. So etymology, the study of where words come from. Okay. Manipulate from mani, from hands. Okay. And so it's interesting. The Egyptian god of language, Thoth, is a gibbon. And the reason we think that those ancient Egyptians made their god of language a gibbon is the gibbon was the closest thing with hands like human beings that could manipulate the world. And they realized that language is a manipulation. Language is an abstraction. Look, I mean, mug. I mean, but is it? I mean, if I describe it correctly, mug is just an abstraction that means I manipulate the universe to make you recognize something.
Yeah.
So that we can join in on something, because what it actually is it becomes unfathomable at some point. So we have to abstract. And ultimately, when I say, hey, Raj, my mug, okay, I manipulated you, but I mean, was it bad? Was it good? Was it,
It's harmless.
It's harmless. Okay. So manipulation in itself is neither good nor bad. It just is a thing. We manipulate all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
We take something and we turn it into something else. We turn all of these molecules spinning at, 1,500 miles an hour. Okay. On a planet moving at 1,000 miles an hour through, a universe going at about, 1,000,000.3 miles an hour. Okay. And we say words like mug and microphone and table and Mark and Raj. Okay. And they're all manipulations. Okay. And they're neither here nor there until you decide, or I decide, the abstraction was bad. Okay. So now we've got to work out our moral compass. Okay, now we've got to work out what do we think is bad and what do we think is good, and how are we going to behave in order to do more good than bad? And what are we going to do about people who, in our view, and maybe in a completely objective view of all human beings on the planet, they go, yeah, that was bad. Okay, what are we going to do about that? Because it will happen, okay? But I try and avoid using that word manipulation as a negative word because we all do it all the time. What I want to do is make sure that I'm in control of my manipulations, because I don't want to go through the world going, oh, I kind of accidentally did something bad then. I did something bad, and or I tried to do something good and it turned out bad, and it's like, well, you weren't paying attention. You didn't understand that person. You didn't understand that they would see your abstraction as bad rather than good. It's good in your world, it's bad in their world. Yeah. So we got to understand each other so much better. And the unfortunate thing about understanding each other so much better is it's really hard work.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard.
It is.
And it's complex. It's hard and it's complex. Okay. So look, back to your earlier point of look, you don't want to manipulate. Well, good for you. So now you've got to do the business of deciding. Yeah. You got to decide, like, what is bad, what is good, and you've got to keep yourself strong on that direction and that compass, because there will be plenty that comes along to try and knock you away from that. Plenty that comes along.